Can you guys? Okay, if you can hear me, let me know. So I heard of this CBEX um, Ponzi scheme that just crashed, and I'm seeing numbers I just can't believe. Again, if you can hear me type, I can hear you. I'm seeing numbers I can't believe. One number is showing me right now 1.3 trillion Nigerian naira, $822 million. And I can't believe it. So CBEX, okay, investment that just crashed. So I was just asking my office, has anybody heard of this CBEX? Have they done CBEX? And voila, my new executive assistant logistics is a victim. So I want to hear the gist. What could make a very educated young man, first degree, masters, right, fall victim of a Ponzi scheme? But again, let's hear from the horse's mouth. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, okay, the one and only Isaac, which means Olowokere means someone who has money cannot be small. Please explain to us how somebody who has money that cannot be small, they lose all the money.
No.
First of all, how much did you put to CBEX?
$200.
So speak up now. People are watching. How much? Yeah.
$200.
$200. Right. So, tell us about this CBEX? How does it work? Right. By the way, can you guys hear us? Can they type? To check. Did they say they can hear us? Huh? I didn't know yet. How many people are watching? And so, if you guys can hear me, just type I can hear. So please go ahead. Yes.
Okay, so the platform is mainly an AI algorithm platform for trading.
Speak loud, though.
It is for trading mainly.
It's a trading platform.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Built by unknown person.
Unknown. We just know it from a country.
At least we know who started Binance. We know who started FX.
Yes.
Which one crashed. The one that the guy went to jail.
Okay, I don't know about that one.
It's a crypto exchange too. FX or something.
Okay. So.
But we don't know who started this.
Okay, so the idea of CBEX.
Clue number one. We don't know who started it.
We don't know who started this.
Right.
We just know it was an investment platform that started. Okay, so the idea was to make trading easier. Now, trading is a very volatile market, and the average person doesn't have the time to sit down behind the computer or the system or whatever to actually trade. And so the platform was coming in.
Uses AI.
Yes.
We trade for you.
Yes.
1% of your
yes
will be traded.
Yes.
Okay.
So once it trades that 1%, it is meant to get that 1% back. So it doubles it instantly.
Wow.
Which
in
makes
one day.
In one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, 100% return on investment in 24 hours.
Yes. So it trades 1% of that capital and it doubles it.
Warning sign number 2.
100%. Okay, so when it trades it for you, it just keeps on doing that. Every day. But there's the catch. Yeah. You have to activate a particular thing called hosting on the platform.
Okay.
So
for it to trade.
For it to trade. So each morning it trades twice.
Yeah.
I know one of it is by 2 p.m. Nigerian time and the other time is towards the evening. So it trades for you to get your 1% back each day. And then there's a cumulative interest over time.
Withdraw when?
The idea was to withdraw at any time you wanted.
Okay.
At any time you wanted. Now, that was just it. Just trades 1% for you.
Withdraw
immediately.
Why didn't you withdraw your money? How long did you do it? How long?
Okay, it was going to almost 3 weeks.
And you didn't feel like you should withdraw the money?
Yes, no, it was meant to be growing, cumulative interest.
Was your own 200 supposed to double?
My own 200 was meant to double on Friday.
On Friday. So tell us what happened on Friday.
Okay, so on Friday, it got to the time to withdraw and we're like, oh, you can't withdraw for one reason or the other. Contacted the platform managers via Telegram, and we're like, oh, it's because of what is going on, and Nigerians are registering and they're using other people's identity to register, and so they wanted to just curb that. That was one reason they gave. The second reason they gave was the algorithm was having an issue. So in order to fix it, they said they were going to wait a while.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So Monday came and everything was wiped.
On Monday.
On Monday.
$822 million.
Wiped.
Boom. Disappear.
So nobody was able to withdraw
At all.
But some people did it, and some.
Everyone between Friday and Monday. No, there were some people who actually enjoyed the platform when they first started.
How long has the platform been? Because I'm just hearing
the rumor is it's a Chinese platform.
Wait.
How did you get to know?
Yes.
Connections. Just people, this is happening, come and do this, come and do that before it's crashes.
Have you heard of GBEX before?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. So I think the catch that most people didn't pay attention to was the fact that someone had access to your account without even you knowing. So I believe every morning when each person turns on their hosting, these developers had access to it, which made it just very easy for them to be able to enter, transfer, and move everything.
They had brilliant developers.
Very brilliant.
So for me, honestly, I'm surprised that Nigerians can be this gullible. And a lot of times you hear stories of there's no money in the land, there's poverty. And by the way, rich people will not be a victim of this. I need to know that for a fact. Poor people are always the victim of things like this. But to tell me that poor people could have gathered, guys, $822 million. Oh, we're not saying $822,000. $822 million in 6 months.
And
counting.
What do you mean by counting?
They've not traced everything.
Oh.
Jesus. I'm beginning to wonder, honestly. Those of us who do legit business, we need to think. Are people really this gullible? Okay? So, I'm just hearing about it. And the red flags are many that people should have known. How do you know a Ponzi scheme? I teach this often. Number one, you won't know the founders, or there are some mysterious people, or there are some whatever. Most times is a red flag. Number two, they're going to double your money. Are you aware that even if they are promised to double your money in 1 year, it is still a high risk business and it is still likely to be a Ponzi scheme? Right? Number three, okay, they are not registered anywhere.
No.
There is no, they don't have, they're not, there is no backing whatsoever, right? This money isn't into any tangible assets, not an asset you can touch, you can feel. GVEX, for example, invest in real estate. People who say, oh, I don't want to buy land, I just want to give GTEX money. You buy the land, do business, and give me something. So, and it's even backed, every contract is backed with to say, hey, if for any reason we can't get you back your capital, we're willing to give you land back in return. Okay? Now, I am shocked that we can't even boast of $10 million in 3 years of GVEST. Right? And then we're talking about $822 million in 6 months. And people were rushing and were giving it their money. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. You want to ask a question?
What really inspired you? Because you've heard of the other, MMA.
Yeah, so what inspired you? And by the way, guys, watching, please comment, drop your comment, share this video. It will educate most of our people. You know, poor people keep losing money to Ponzi scheme, right? And it's poor people all the time. So please share this video, get more people on board. I'm curious, what inspired my amazing executive assistant?
Okay, I think to me, what was the main inspiration and what made me go for it was the idea of
1%.
1%, number one. And
so the remaining money is safe.
Exactly. So even if it
says
had
who?
an issue, that was one. The second one was the fact that AI would be trading for you. So everyone has been trying to go into trading, but because no time, no this, no that, no head knowledge about it, and no willingness to sit down to actually study the patterns to actually trade.
So
it's like, oh, exactly.
And help me to do it, and I'm still going to get the money back.
Exactly.
But having to put myself into it.
But are you aware that high risk investment generally, you know, there's no guarantee. You can lose all your money. Are you aware?
Yeah.
So the question is, were you prepared to lose all that $200?
Actually, I was.
You were.
Yes.
Congratulations. You've just lost it. Right?
Thank you.
Olowo Kere. Now I believe you're Olowo Kere. Saying, how do you feel? Yeah, now that you've lost it, how does it feel?
You know, to lose 200, that's 360,000 there.
Yeah.
What would you have done with that money?
It's not good. Okay. How I felt. I think it was just the stages of despair. Number one, unbelief. No,
the money is still there.
It is still there. It's a glitch.
Some people still believe that up to now.
It's a glitch.
Some people still believe that this.
That's not. Yeah.
It will come back. Somebody commented. Hey, yeah.
My people.
So what happened?
Yeah, it was I was just in that state of unbelief. Then panic. Like, yes, you definitely have to panic. Like, is he gone? Otilo. Like, that's all.
Oh yeah, support Tilo.
Just like that. Like,
oh yeah, support Tilo.
Just like that. $200.
Yeah.
What would you have done with that money?
At the very least. At the very least. Even if I ate and I bought even if I had taken doctor out,
Not news.
Mushrooms. At least I would have not spent it on myself. Maybe went out, had a nice time, then maybe buy some books so I don't feel guilty about just blowing the amount.
What would you say to people? Now, because another one is still going to
another one is coming before December. Definitely. There's always two in a year. One before Easter, one before Christmas.
You've done your analysis. You must be a pro in this Ponzi scheme thing.
No.
You must be a pro.
It's just recurrent trends. And I think the targets are mainly students, especially students, undergraduates. Yes, undergraduates are desperate. Yes, no, we're brilliant. You know, the funny thing is it could actually be a Nigerian company.
Yes.
What's your advice to people watching who are into these games? This get rich quick, this gambling.
Yeah.
You know, I'm dealing with a case of a gentleman. He walked up to this judge that his daughter was having kidney failure and I got a contract. She should help him. She said, well, I don't have money. So she linked him with her brother. And I just said, well, go talk to my brother. Maybe he'll advise you. She didn't even know. Before you know, the brother invested 100 million. At the point of give us back our money and interest, he was even so arrogant, abusing them. Right? So the brother came back to John and said, the guy you introduced, we gave him money. I said, but you didn't even tell me that you were going to give him money. But I don't know him that much. I just wanted to help him or whatever. When they did investigation, as soon as the 100 million landed in this guy's account, he gave his wife almost 40 million. he squandered the remaining 60 million. I guess part of what he squandered the money on, Lotto. He was playing bets. Of course, he spent on other things. He bought car, you know what I mean? But he was betting. And so, what's your advice to people who just take this kind of... Because you could, it's a little $200 here, a little $500 there, a little $1,000 there. This is how people keep losing. What if they had even... Imagine you even spend that $200 to buy a legitimate course on how to trade. Right? Or a course on how to do investment. You know, at least it's in your head. And nobody can take that away from you. So what's, as a victim of this kind of Ponzi scheme, what's your advice?
Okay, so before I go to my advice, I would say, like you said, if we had invested it in knowledge, it would have been better. And I think that is one thing that most people don't know, and what robs the poor the most, the fact that we don't have knowledge. So even if you win 10 million today, not knowing how to actually spend that money will still take you back to that stage of poverty. Yeah. So it's not just if today each person is allocated 1 billion naira in a space of 3 months, 1 month without, yes, most people are not financially literate. So for people who fell into this, number one, I would say come to GVEST, who are legitimate. That is one. Secondly, I would say watch out for signs when you are going for any form of investment. Number one, we didn't know the source. Number two, the interest rate was crazy high, and it was beautiful. It was mind-blowing. It was explosive.
Too good to be true.
Too good to be true. So watch out for the signs and make your research before even going into anything. And I think we should also consult and watch out for greediness also, because most times we are actually greedy. We are greedy. We are greedy at times. We just... I know there are things, AI has made a lot of things easier now with the likes of ChatGPT coming up, almost doing everything, but make your research. Make sure whatever you're going into is reputable before putting in your money. And if possible, have a legal backing to it.
So my advice is anything that is giving you more than 30% annually is called high risk, even if it's legit. And what does that mean? It means it can crash. To be honest, there's nothing that means that this could have even been true, that it actually trade indeed. That, you know, some technology was smart. It's possible. But the risk is high and it will crash 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, max. The ones that push it like MMM, 2 years down the line, it will crash. And even if it were to have been a legitimate thing, once you give unrealistic returns, it will crash. Because even businesses that give realistic returns still struggle once in a while in paying investors. Sometimes we have to beg investors, okay, give us another 1 month or 2 months or a few months for us to pay. Maybe business is slow, sales dropped. So that's for a legitimate business. So how much more? Right? People whose the return they are giving is so unrealistic.
They know what they are doing with the money.
Right? They are not doing anything with the money. There is no tangible. The money is not going to real assets. It's not going to anything tangible. And people keep putting their money every day. Right? Every day. I just wish one day we wake up and begin the legitimate process to building real wealth, because we really can build real wealth. It's possible, right? It will take longer time. It will take us taking away greed. It will take away willingness to learn, because there are 3 types of investment: high risk, mid risk, low risk. And I won't even say don't do your CBEX or whatever, but putting all your investment money to CBEX, which is high risk, is not wisdom. Then leaving the money there, right? If I'm going to do such, which God forbid you never see me such, I didn't even know it exists, you know, because I'm not into such. But if I'm to even do such kind of high risk, let's even say it's trading, I believe in it, and the day the thing turned my 1%, right, into 2, right? The second day, it will turn, let's say you did 200. So it means it turned $2 to $4, right? The next day, it will turn the $4 to $8. Don't be so?
Yes.
Me, strangely, guess what I would do? I will drop $4, remaining $4, right? It turned $4 again to what? To $8. I will leave it again. $8 will turn to $16. Then what I will withdraw? $8 again. I leave $8. It will turn that $8 again to 16. Turn the 16 to 32. What will I do? I will do 16 again. Right?
Yeah.
If I continue like that, by the 3 weeks, which was when you were so unfortunate, if I have to ask you that, are you sure it's not witches from your village? Because others have been doing it 6 months, right? It was when the thing has now turned $200 to $400. The day it got gone, it didn't crash. We need to lay hands on you. But yeah, because even if you're doing so, imagine you've been withdrawing like that.
Yes.
By now, you will have had more than $200 kept somewhere.
Yes.
So the day you heard the thing crash, you just smile that my money is back.
Capital is safe and I have a bit.
You need financial literacy.
Yeah.
You need to understand how to put money and not take it back.
If you
Do something like that. If
the
you are
same
interested in
people, Bukola, putting $200 into CBEX that will be lost for life, will not pay that same $200 for training. They will not come for global business conference. They will tell you, can you imagine? And they say they want to help poor people.
In fact, one man came there, he said he wanted in Abuja, so he came there and was like, oh, this book, Billionaire Habits, is your boss a billionaire? I said, yes, it is. He said, so why can't you not give us the book? So I said, Dangote is your father, is your brother. He's giving you for free. Is he giving you oil for free? Okay, how much the book? Can you imagine?
This is the mindset.
Nigerians always want free. Yeah.
No, I mean,
it's the mindset of free.
Yes.
That's why we go into things like
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Because we want to get it back. We don't want
It's
to
a free mindset, you
So
know.
this Saturday, it's going to be mind-blowing. Abuja one was explosive.
It
You know,
was.
speakers came, they were all they talked about how they grew their business from the scratch.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
From Ajekunle. Do you understand? All of them, they had a story to connect with everybody. So people could really understand. They were vulnerable. They were not trying to package,
No,
they said it how it was.
Vodi said he wore his tape pro and just walked on the streets. Got his first client.
In a new country, right? I didn't even know anybody. Right, so guys, let's go for the real stuff, right? Let's go for the substance. Let's be real wealth. Don't be like Isaac Olowo Okere. Don't be like Isaac Olowo Okere. Let's build real legitimate wealth. And I look forward to seeing you all at the top without losing all your resources to Ponzi scheme. Come for training, read books, get the right knowledge. Looking forward to that's the shirt.
So after this training,
yes,
I hope you won't.
No. We'll grow the business.
We'll grow
the business.
We'll grow the business.
And not lose.
So when is
and for a lot of people that are also waiting to, they're entrepreneurs that are going to become young entrepreneurs, you get to win 1 million naira.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, somebody even won 2.5.
Yes.
2.7.
2.7 million in grants. So there's opportunity to win. I mean, I think we should just get away with the greed. And let me put this way, and I hope they will cut this part specifically for me, my media team. Most Nigerians, right, have scamming mentality. It's sometimes about who we scam first. Honestly, we want to get rich quick. We want quick, and that's why we fall victim over and over again. The part that gets me angry is that we then come back and play victim. I get pissed off. I can't even pity those who lost their money. I'm sorry, I can't pity you. I cannot pity you because you literally have a scammy mindset. Yes. You want to scam them, and they were smart. They built the thing till it was $822 million.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money. How much is Nigeria's budget?
6 months.
Right? I don't pity those who lost their money because most of us have this scammer mentality. Scammer is just, I want to scam the next person. I must make it quick. I must scam. And we need to change that mindset and begin to build the same thing. Somebody tells you religiously, oh yeah, hold your phone. Miracle alert. And you believe it. You did not do any business. You did not offer any value. Money just enter your account.
So that one can happen. Somebody I transferred 450 mistakenly to someone.
Okay.
Yes, now 450.
And that's miracle alert.
For the person's mind. That's miracle alert. Because we have sent messages.
That is scamming.
Yeah, we sued the person now. They said the person doesn't have money in his account again. That's 450.
That's a scammer. Right? That's a scammer. Exactly. It's going to give testimony and raise it and say miracle alert, miracle alert. You cannot, you can't expect to reap where you did not sow. The mindset of something should just come without me doing anything. I should just earn.
That's the same thing this man also said. The pumped guy is also related with staff as well. You come to a place, you don't want to pay your dues. You don't want to walk the walk, right? You just want to have things the way you have figured it or imagined it in your head to come.
Yeah.
But you have to pay the price.
Yeah.
There's always a price to pay if you want to get to the top.
There are people if their office in Ikoyi, I'll just join the company. I don't blow for GTEX. That's how it works. How can I join GTEX and contribute my own quota?
Yeah, what value am I bringing?
In helping the organization grow? Then I can then desire because I've put in. So we must change our people's mindset, right? So to all of you who lost money, I don't pity you.
And give us an offer for the conference now. So come and learn how to grow.
Yeah,
so 50% discount.
We do.
So
for the
50% discount.
Go to www.businessgrowthconference.org, businessgrowthconference.org, and get your ticket. But beyond even, it's only a hotel. You can watch virtually as well. You can get online view tickets as well. But beyond even the conference, as far as I'm concerned, we must be, we need to change this mindset. We really need to. Because the same thing that politicians use against us. Election come, they start sharing 20K. They share bread, they share rice. You take it, and then the politicians don't believe her. Everybody now begin to play victim. Jaga, Nigeria Jaga. And come on, you bought into the lies. You fell in for the scam. You wanted to also scam the politician.
They are just bigger.
That's true. You are smarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we love you and we hope you are not one of those who just made somebody rich. Can you imagine how easy they made it to look? And this is Ethereum, this is crypto that you cannot even trace. You can trace. Some of these platforms are even hackable. You can hack it. Right? This one they said they admit even.
Seriously, you've gone through different stages of all of this thing. So going into that, as I said, what convinced you to want to do this? What made you feel like this one was special? It was different from the other
1%.
Just 1%.
We're trading. AI.
So AI is doing everything.
But you didn't ask yourself the platform itself. Who are the owners? What guarantees safety?
Those are the mistakes we made.
Who are they? Who are the people behind it? Those are the real questions to be asked. Well, we love you all. Bye-bye. Good night.
You're going international.